All right, the nervous system. All right, so what you need to know, and this is going to go a little deeper into like middle school level with the nervous system, but you need to know that the nervous system is the control center. It sends messages to the rest of your body, connecting all the systems, and it's why you can feel like if you prick your finger or run into the desk or stub your toe, why it hurts. Those messages are sent to your brain. It also connects back to the skeletal and muscular system with that movement, because remember that voluntary muscles are when you choose to do something. Like if I reach to my desk and pick up my Dr. Pepper because I'm thirsty, I made that decision. Involuntary, I don't have to think about it. My body automatically does that, like breathing and my heart pumping my blood. I don't have to remember to tell myself to breathe or for my heart to pump. That's involuntary, and your body does it automatically thanks to your nervous system. So those messages being sent out to all the other systems in your body so that they are able to do their job. So the nervous system has all these different types of nerves within your body to send messages. So it connects. A big piece is your brain. It's protected by your skull. And then you have your brain fart. You have your spinal cord. That is connecting everything down your back to where those nerves connect, sending all the messages back and forth to your body. So sensory nerves, they bring messages from the body to the central nervous system in your brain. They could be 3 feet more in length. So these are just like an example of a sensory nerve cell. Integrative neurons are found in the central nervous system. They integrate messages between sensory and motor neurons. So sensory is like feeling, motor is how you move, like your motor skills, like being able to write with your pencil. Motor neurons form central nervous system, causing movements of muscles and glandular secretions. So like the glands in your body, like how come like one gland in connection to the digestive system, when food enters your mouth, your saliva glands start secreting that saliva so that it can start breaking down the food in your mouth. So the motor neurons are responsible for that. So nerve cell communication. A dendrite branches that receive messages and conduct impulses towards that cell. So dendrites receive the messages. Axons are nerve fibers that extend from the cell body. Myelin is a layer of white fatty cells encased in the axon. It increases transmission speed and neural impulses. So it's like that communication back and forth between the cells. Nerve cell fires. So this is the messages being sent. The action potential is a neural impulse, a brief electrical charge that travels down an axon. So like when these messages are being sent, it sends electrical charges. The threshold is the level of stimulation required to trigger a neural impulse. So when those messages are sent. So the spinal cord is gray matter in the center, white matter that is myelinated fibers, and 31 segments each with a pair of nerve fibers. So your spine actually protects the spinal cord. So that has to connect back to the skeletal system. Okay, it's covered and has fluid. So this is where so it extends from your brain all the way down your back. The brain is about 3 pounds. As 20% of oxygen intake goes here. So that's all that. It's all moving back to your brain so those messages can be sent. It's covered by meninges, and there's no pain receptors. 10% of cells are neurons. The rest of supported cells called neurological cells. It's estimated to have 1 quadrillion synapses. So those are all those messages going back and forth. So there's a lot of work going into your brain. A lot of messages back and forth. So, seeing how all these different pieces of your brain work. So, I also have this book on Phineas Gage. He actually, and the book is up front at the circle table, but he actually was in a tragic accident but survived. He actually had a railroad spike go through his skull. And the book goes through about how it went through his head and he survived, but his personality was changed because of it, because of the damage to his brain. So it's crazy to see how the brain works and is able to be healed, but how those changes affected a person. So if you want to catch up some more about real life within that, it might help you with your studies, especially if you become a neurologist, with studying how Phineas Gage works. PET scans, you'll actually get to see a PET scan in your residency at Novant Health. It shows the activity of the brain. So looking at the different parts of the brain, and it breaks down what each part is. And knowing too that drugs affect the synapse, those signals. All right, so that's all with the nervous system.